Hello and welcome to the February update from the Tau team. You're here with me, Fola, and let's get into the business update. So without further ado, I'll pass it over to Carolina for her update this month.
Thank you, Fola. Hey everyone, so here's what's been happening in the marketing department over this month. We have completed a huge task, which was finalizing content for the next iteration of the tau.net webpage. And while the current site that you see online only briefly introduces the project, the next iteration will introduce many aspects of Tau, such as discussion scaling, logical AI, worldviews, advanced smart contracts, and many more. And we've been working on this together with Fola and Kilian, and recently Luis, a researcher, has joined our team, and alongside the research work that he's going to do, he will help us with the parts of the website that require the more technical writing abilities. All of the content has been passed on to the design team, and I'm really looking forward to being able to show you the new website once it's live. We've also been working on our collaboration with a great YouTuber, Smitha, who already did an interview with Ohad and Professor Franconi, and she'll be doing a series of videos on Tau. So we are preparing information and visuals that she'll be able to use to explain Tau to her wide audience. We still need to get PR things moving faster. There have been some hiccups in the communication with the editors of the website on which we're hoping to publish our first article, but we have a few options in how the situation could be sorted. And we are making sure that the content that goes out does justice to Tau as much as possible. So that's my update for the month. Thank you.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, Carolina. I'll pass it over to Kilian for his update this month.
Thank you, Fuller. Hi, everybody. So yeah, as Carolina said, this month there's been some really exciting things going on. First of all, we've finished the website content as she already outlined. Then we also onboarded Luis Augusto. So that was part of also the scientific, the outreach with regards to finding a scientific writer that I've been doing for the recent time. He's an expert on AI and formal languages, as well as the founder of the Journal of Knowledge Structures and Systems. But I'm sure he'll also introduce himself to you in more detail afterwards. Yeah, and then we've also onboarded Jamie, who is part of our community, who has been following the project for many years already. He's going to join the team as a social media manager and creative producer, so helping us on two fronts there. So on one side, I've, together with Jamie, worked on creating the Twitter content planning. And on the other side, we've been coordinating the video creation process together also with Carolina, as we're looking to push out more content on YouTube with her, with the help of Smitha. And yeah, then I've also been doing some outreach to design agencies as we are looking to get the design, the website revamped. And yeah, also together with Fuller, I've been working on some pitch deck refinements based on the content that we've developed for the website. Yeah, also I've been doing some outreach to logic-focused YouTubers, but so far I haven't really gotten any positive response there. So again, if you know any logic YouTuber you think would be a good fit, definitely let us know. That would be really a great contribution. And yeah, then the community member of the month for February is Andrew, for his YouTube video showing how little code is required to do transitive closure in TML. We've really enjoyed that video and hope to see more in the future. So congratulations and thank you, and see you soon. Thanks.
Thank you very much, Kilian. And from my side, I'm pretty much involved with what Carolina and Kilian have been up to this month, except for I've also been working on the contract side of things as well. So I've been working with Alex, making sure the contracts are smooth, onboarding Lewis, and working on the onboarding of our potential blockchain developer. I'm still working on that front as well, trying to get that onboarded and sorted out. But that's it from me. So we'll pass it on to the Q&A questions. And this first question by Unknown is TML currently expressive enough for us to talk about things being true in one context and false in another. For example, things that are true at one time and false in another. Things that are considered true in one's region and false in another. Things that are true in one belief system and false in another. Something is solid in one molecular level, but not in another.
In principle, everything is ready in TML to support that. It can be done in a similar fashion, like in RDF, where the context is explicit and everything is relative to a context. TML doesn't have yet explicit support for it, but it is a minimal addition to TML in order to actually support it.
And the next question is the BDD data structure considered more tree-like or a graph, or neither?
BDD is a compressed tree in the sense that two isomorphic subtrees are merged into one, and then we get directed acyclic graph. And in fact, any directed acyclic graph can be seen as a compressed tree.
Question is, how is second order logic implementation progress going in your opinion?
Yes, during last year, we actually did some progress with second order logic. But yeah, of course, we are still facing some technical challenges to provide a full solution to the problem, as anyone involved in the topic may be aware of the complexity that this involves. But yeah, there is research being done, and also we are expecting to get back to the design and implementation of this feature in the coming months to keep the progress on this aspect of the system.
Thank you very much, Juan. This next question is from Martin. All right, Martin asks, I own Agoras on Omni. When can I expect the 15% additional coins? And do I need to act once Tau goes live, or can I just safely keep my private key indefinitely? And 3, if so, when do I need to do what? If you locked your tokens when you purchased the Agoras from Ahad, you would have received your 50% bonus already. And if you self-locked, you will receive your tokens when the platform is ready. So you will receive your tokens when your platform is ready if you self-locked. Do you need to act at once Tau goes live? You don't have to do anything, but there will be a token swap once we go to the actual mainnet token, but you don't have to act at all. And when do I need to do what? You've got to do nothing. Just lock your tokens and keep them in place. The next question is from Saulus, and they ask, when is Tau getting a market cap on Coin Gecko?
For getting the market cap on Coin Gecko displayed, there's currently 2 difficulties. First of all, our token not only runs on Ethereum, but also on the Omni network. So this is something to consider. And then also currently all locked tokens are still allocated under one address. And yeah, we need to reallocate those tokens across different addresses in order to have a more accurate representation of the distribution of the supply. So we expect to have that done by the end of this week, and yeah, then we will reach out to Coin Gecko, and depending on how long it will take them to update the market cap, we hope to get it done very soon.
The next question is from Curious George, and they ask, if reaching consensus of billions of facts in less than a second is possible, could we presume that it is also possible to use TML to transfer, and by transfer they mean uploading and downloading of files quicker? Or is it not the main point of TML, that they just say, if yes, if that's the first case, the first company who can implement TML in a USB stick would rule the market share? Imagine transferring 1 terabyte of data in a second. That is insane. Well, thank you very much, Curious George.
First, I said that the consensus that Tau should support is not only consensus of facts, but much deeper and wider form of consensus. And specifically for files, indeed, it is not the point of TML, but we will have a DHT network similar to BitTorrent, in which the platform enabling blockchain will be based over, and this will allow efficient sharing of files.
The second question they ask is, could you tell more about Futomoris Projections and what will it do for the project?
The TML is intended to be a compiler, and Futomoris Projections allow to get compilers in a very interesting form. So you can write an interpreter, which is sometimes easy, and then get a compiler for free. And that's only the first Futomoris Projections for second. But then you can do it again, and then you get a program that converts any interpreter to a compiler. Futomoris Projections are one of the most magical things in computer science. And achieving this goal, which we didn't work on for a long time, because it is not so vital for the project, but it is a great demonstration of the power of compiler, TML indeed intended to be compiler. And once we achieve that, it will give much more powers to the users of TML.
And the next question is from Red. And they ask, there was a mention of a good exchange listing that was meant to happen, but decided to be postponed due to low trading volume. Where are we with this? Well, our marketing efforts haven't picked up just as of yet. We're still working on a website. Once we have a website in place, then we can push forward on much heavier marketing. And I believe that will increase our trading volume, and then we can move on to the exchanges that we have lined up in our exchange roadmap. The next question is from Red again, and they ask, what is the prediction date of us launching our own blockchain, Mainnet? Is this something already being developed? Where are we in this process?
Our testnet is slated for release according to the current roadmap towards the end of this year. So that's for the testnet, with the mainnet launching in the first quarter of 2023, if all goes well. That's the current plan so far.
This next question is from Node, and they ask, hi, what is the use now of buying the Tau chain token, or is it better to buy later in 2025 when the launch is planned? So we can't tell you when to buy the token. We can't tell you to buy the token at all. But the token right now is a placeholder token for the mainnet token that will be available once we have our mainnet in place. And this next question is from James, and he asks, how does proof of execution differ from proof of stake, and how is it superior?
Yeah, that's a great question. Look for a good explanation of how proof of execution works in our next version of our website that's going to go up soon. I can tell you really quick that proof of execution is far superior to proof of stake, because in proof of stake, basically actors or nodes stake some currency in order to guarantee that it will behave correctly. And but in proof of execution, the very nature of the algorithm guarantees that everybody will execute every smart contract correctly. So you don't have to trust or threaten to take away their stake. You can just verify that they've executed the contracts faithfully. So that's the difference. Big difference.
So the last questions are, in the white paper, when you say TML has the ability to go back and forth, namely given a translator for language X to language Y, we wish to have a translator from language Y to language X for free. This is not mathematically possible in Turing complete languages, but TML is capable of supporting that. So for free means no need to hire bug detectors, but TML can do this translation without bugs. This means possibility of code reuse to different platforms in different formats. Is that correct?
Yes, if I understood correctly. So if you write in TML translator, let's say from C to Python, then you don't need to write additional translator from Python to C. because it will already be implied from the TML program, you will not get the same C program back. If you translate from C to Python and then back to C, you will not get the same program back. But you will get some translator for free. I cannot promise that it will be supported for TML as is. Maybe we will need to, maybe only for restricted sub-languages of TML, it will be possible. We are not there yet, but that's the idea.
The last question is, how is the progress of implementing the new language for rules of changing the rules, in brackets, second order logic?
Yeah, rules of changing the rules are not about second order logic. Maybe the confusion comes from what we call nullary second order logic, which maybe is not a good name because it is not like ordinary second order logic. And nullary second order logic indeed solves the main difficulties in the rules of changing the rules. And the current progress is that we need to make another theoretical step, which is how to make those rules be about programs. If there are statements in general, that's relatively easy from where we are now, but programs pose additional layer of difficulty of ordering of events in time. So we will need to enhance it with temporal primitives, and that's what we are working on right now.
Thank you very much, Ahad. That's it from the Q&A questions. As always, we want you to like and subscribe our videos and follow us on all of our socials, Twitter, Reddit, all that good stuff. And that's it. Thank you very much. Cheers.